Hi everybody, welcome to Karen Sizzle and Spice. Thanks for visiting my channel. Today I'm making a beautiful new dessert. Most of the recipes that I'll be sharing with you on my channel here are recipes I've made many times. This one's brand new. I was looking for something sweet and something different. And I've made a lot of lemon bars in my day, but I haven't made orange bars, so that's what I'm gonna do today. Sounded delicious to me. The oranges at the store were abundant and huge. They looked great, so I thought I'd use them. So there's gonna be two parts to this recipe. One will be the crust. You might see me cheating by looking at my recipe here, but that's because I haven't made this before. What I do when I get a brand new recipe, I read it over several times. I get all my ingredients ready. That's called mise en place, so that my cooking can go off flawlessly. Here's what we'll need for the crust for this recipe. We're gonna need 2 sticks of butter. We're gonna need about a half a stick more to put in our 13 by 9 dish for baking. We're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We'll need a half a cup of granulated sugar, and we will need just a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. For the filling for this, we're gonna need the juice and the gratings from 4 oranges. We'll need powdered sugar for sifting over the top of the dessert when it's ready. We'll need 3/4 cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of flour, and 4 eggs. So let's get this crust started and we'll get it in the oven. So to get these orange bars started, I'm going to take a half a cup of butter and I'm going to put it in the microwave. 30 seconds might do it. I'm going to use that to coat my 13 by 9 baking dish. In the meantime, I'm going to put 2 cups of all-purpose flour into my bowl with a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, a half a cup of granulated sugar, and then I'm going to put these little cubes of butter inside this to create the crust. So here, my butter's ready for the dish. So I'm just adding this to my 13 by 9 casserole dish or cake dish, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just moving it around so that this dish is prepared and ready for the crust. Okay, that's ready to go. My oven's at 350. I'm gonna finish cutting this butter up into cubes, little cubes. I'm excited to try these. I'm actually having the girls over in a couple of days, and I thought it would be fun to share something new with them. Okay. Now that they're all cute, I'm going to add this to the bowl. And I have to say, I'm kind of excited about using my pastry cutter. I don't use this often. It's been sitting in my drawer for a while, so I'm excited to have the opportunity to use this. It actually took me about 5 minutes to incorporate this butter into the other ingredients here. It should look like fine crumbs once it's ready to go. Get a little closer here, Ed. Let me show them what it looks like. And the way that you'll know that it's ready to go is if you take a little bit and it sticks together well. That's what you're looking for. So I'm going to put all this into my prepared 13 by 9 dish here. And then I'm going to press it down evenly into the pan. First, I'm going to just kind of even it out. And then there's a couple different ways you can press this down into the pan. You can use a spatula like this. Actually, this is working quite well. In the past, sometimes I've actually taken a glass and just pressed it in the pan until everything's even and smooth. Once I get this all smoothed out, this will go into the oven for about 20 minutes at 350 until the edges start to get brown. That's when you'll know that it's ready to go. Okay, this crust is ready to go now. I ended up leaving it in my 350-degree oven for maybe 22 minutes. Everybody's oven's a little bit different, so you can see, I hope, that it's just a little bit brown around the edges, so it's ready to go. So I'm gonna leave this aside and I'm gonna get back to my filling. I've been squeezing oranges to get 1 cup of orange juice. And you know, it's funny because I had a lemon juicer and I thought it would work for these, but these oranges are so big that I've had to squeeze them by hand. So you can see I've taken the zest off of all the oranges. I've got it in the bowl here. Love the zester. Be sure that you only go over each surface of the dark orange for just a couple of scrapes across, because this part here doesn't taste so good. You just want the bright orange zest to go into this recipe. So we've got lots of good zest here that we're going to add to the filling. And I like to press my oranges or any citrus before I cut it. It helps to get the juices flowing, and I believe I get more juice out of the fruit. So I'm just going to do this by hand right into into a what, Ed? A strainer. So that the seeds don't go into the juice. So this works pretty perfectly. It helps with my arm exercises. And all right, let's see how much we got to go here. All right, there. We've got a cup ready to go, and let me get the mixing bowl ready and we'll put this all together. Now that the crust looks perfect, I'm gonna get the filling all together here. I've got all my ingredients ready to go. I'm gonna put 3/4 cup of sugar, granulated sugar into a bowl, 1/4 cup of flour, all-purpose flour. And I'm gonna beat these 4 eggs. I always like to pour my eggs into a bowl instead of putting them right into a mixture, because sometimes there's some wacky things that you can find inside an egg. And of course, this eliminates your getting any shells into your recipe, because that happens sometimes. So I'm gonna pour that into the flour and the sugar. I'm gonna mix this up real good with my whisk. It smells so orangey in here, it's terrific. Love it. It'll probably smell even more like that once I get it in the oven. I'm gonna get this mixed really well with my whisk. I'm gonna put it in this beautiful orange zest next from those 4 oranges. Mix it up really well. Oh, yum. And last but not least, I'm gonna add in that freshly squeezed orange juice. You know, if you wanted to, I'm sure you could use orange juice from the store that's already prepared. I like to put fresh ingredients in, as fresh as I can. You know, it's interesting too, the 4 large oranges gave me like exactly 1 cup of orange juice, which is what this recipe called for. So we're gonna give this a little bit more whisking, make sure these ingredients are incorporated really well. And it's ready to pour this right over the crust. Ah, it's a beautiful thing. Okay. This dish is going to go back in the oven for about 20 minutes till it sets, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like later. So I left these orange bars in the refrigerator for about 2 hours like the recipe suggested. They're nice and cool now, and I've just been putting powdered sugar on them. One thing I will say, they were a little hard to get out of the dish. So they had suggested only butter at the bottom of the dish. I think next time I will spray this dish with Pam, plus I'll put the butter on there, and there should be no issue then slicing these. So plenty of powdered sugar on here. I want to give this a little taste. Ooh, just such a pop of orange there. It's delicious. I can't wait to surprise my girlfriends with this. They're coming over tomorrow for drinks and food and fun. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. And remember, you eat with your eyes first, so why not make it beautiful? Thanks again. See you next time.